maybe. I would ask them about it. Is it out? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I would talk to them because they might actually fix it back for you. So I bought these little plates, the little ears or whatever, like these on the quick couple on the bucket. These are the, I guess they're the Kubota Stihl, but this is a different brand, quick couple, whatever that is. But those supposedly was for the KX57, which I thought was the same as a U55, but maybe not. But I got to measuring, and the measurements were a little different than, well, obviously different than what I got, but a little different than what was listed in the ad. I bought these off eBay. So a friend of mine cut them out with a torch, ground them out a little bit, so I just got to fine tune them. I figured it'd be enough just to get it mounted on there and get it on this thing. So I'm going to do a little bit more grinding just so they line up good with the pin, and see if we can't get these put together and tacked on, and hopefully hook this mower up and start using it and see what it's like. So that worked. I know it's a little sloppy. I'll take some of that slack out with the welder, but the quick couples wore out itself anyway, so oh well. Let's get this other side on. Alright, so that's all it took to get them both on there. Obviously they ain't going to line up perfect because they was off quite a bit, and I don't have a set of torches, so he cut them for me, and actually that looks pretty good. So I'll weld in a little bit if I need to, but like I say, this old quick couple, I don't know if you can tell, kind of wore out all around here. Let's see if we can't get this plate lined up, and we'll tack this bad boy on. Take these pins out. lined up good enough, I guess. Put a little piece of cardboard in there for a spacer. We'll get it tacked on. It's lined up, centered up pretty good. It ain't perfect, but we'll get her tacked on and hopefully get this thing together soon. Be all right. So you can see this thing needs new tracks. I'm going to get some. Just want to use these a few more days till the other ones, till I order them when they come in. You can see how bad they are. I'm gonna try to fix this so it ain't catching and popping and going on. I don't want to do any more damage to the undercarriage. Let's see if we can get that thing fixed. Now, let's see what that does. Probably not a recommended fix, but it's better. Now let's get this plate bolted onto this so we can hook this mower up. this is a flail mower. See, it's got these little teeth that swing on these bolts. This roller helps it stay off the ground, I believe. So let's see what hydraulic hose goes were, and so I'm gonna try to find out about this case drain. See how bad or how much flow comes through it. Somebody may know, I read that if it's a low flow machine you can cap it off, but I don't want to do that and damage something. You know, I'd rather just run the case drain if I had to. I got some hydraulic hoses that's probably long enough to about piece it together, so I may just do that, but I want to hook it up and see if this thing works. Alright, so there's the case drain. I fired it up, nothing came out. I'll fire it up, show you what I'm talking about. Nothing's coming out of it yet, so let's see what it does here. There's what's coming out of it. A few little drips. I'm gonna cap it off and see what it does. I believe it'll be alright. Alright, so it's hooked up. Let's test it out and see how it does. I just got all the cables, or the hoses, just hanging there. I'll reroute those and adjust and get it nice and neat, but I want to try it out and see how it does first. Okay, that's already pretty darn cool, so let's go find some bigger stuff to cut down. Alright, that's getting on my nerves, so see if we can't help it out a little bit. Whoops. Alright, cutoff wheel number 2. Yeah, that looks better. Any better. So there's some brush I had piled up. I'm gonna see what this thing does on that. wondering if this is spinning at enough RPM. Not really sure how to check that, but I assume maybe one of the more RPM gauges would pick it up. So might be something I need to look into getting, but let's go try this out on something else. So I hope that's just something loose, but don't know yet till I take this cover off. It's coming out in there around that motor, so maybe it needs a case string. Let's take it over and see what's going on. Well, I don't see anywhere that's leaking but right here, so watch me blow the seal out of this thing. Run it for 2 seconds. Oh yeah. I guess that's what that is. Hidden grease fitting. So I wonder how bad of an idea it is just to seal this up, put that back on there, even if that seal is blown out of there. Squirting out there. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but it's squirting out that grease zerk. So the seal's gonna have to be replaced, looks like. I don't know how hard that is on these type of hydraulic motors, but we'll find out. Alright, so here's what we're working with. This is the pump off of that mower, and I'm going to take it apart and see what that seal looks like, or what's left of it, so I can replace it. I guess this is a gear pump. I don't know until I get in there. It's kind of what it looks like to me. I don't know a lot about these things, but we'll see when I take it apart. No, my Chinese is a little rusty, but I think it says made in the USA. Not real sure. So let's get this thing taken apart and see what the inside looks like. Get an Allen wrench, take those out. Well, maybe I didn't need to take the Allen bolts out. Yeah, it's a gear pump. Let's leave that there together. See if we can get that seal out. Looks okay from this side. Nothing.
Take the bearing, give it to me.
So there's my seal.
Okay.
Just blown apart.
Yeah.
So that seal we might be able to find one like it somewhere. I don't know. Cause it's like a regular old wheel bearing type seal, looks like.
Yeah.
So I went to O'Reilly's. They had this seal. I believe it'll work. It's a little different, but it's the same sizes. But it is an oil seal, so we'll see how it does. I believe it'll be okay. We'll get this thing put in. Don't want to mess this thing up. Hopefully it's going in good and straight. I believe that's it. Well, sure hope that fixes it. Let's get this thing put back together now. So here's what I bought. It's a National Oil Seal. It's there's the part number. It's 471224. Got this at O'Reilly's. So if that works, we're good shape. I believe it will though. Looks good. Probably should put my O-ring back in, shouldn't I? she's about ready to go back on. Scrape some of this sealing I put on there off. Whew. Other way. Alright, so we got the motor back together. Put the seal in. It don't look like it's leaking so far. You may be wondering what that jug is hanging out there on the mower. That is the case drain. I didn't want it dripping all over the ground, but kind of curious as to how much leaks out of it, or how much will be draining out of the case drain, because I'm gonna have to hook it up. Obviously, it's more than I thought. I don't want to cap it off now for fear that it might contribute to blowing that seal out. But I just wanted to try the mower out. Plus, I'll get an idea of how much is leaking out of that case drain. Just on a few little saplings that's growing right here beside the road. I'll cut those and kind of see how well it does here. much hydraulic oil is already in that case drain, or drained out of that jug from the case drain. So it obviously needs hooked up. Alright, right there. Right there's a little sapling. Let's see what it does on it. Pretty good. I think it needs I think the flail mower needs to turn it to higher RPM. I don't feel like it's spinning fast enough, so I don't know if it's the flow from the machine or if it's just where it's a cheap mower. I have no idea, but so far I'm happy with it. I like the way that it cuts. I like actually having one on the excavator to use. I'll probably end up buying a more expensive one, but so far this would be good to kind of cut my teeth on and see what I like and don't like, you know, pretty cheap. And then you know, I can sell this one off, I guess, if I decide to move on up to something different. But I mean, this one may do just fine. But let's get down here and try some more of these little trees. say roughly 30 minutes cut. So that looks like it'll be a little over a gallon an hour returning back in that case drain. So I'm definitely going to hook it up. I'll probably go tomorrow and get the fittings for it. But so far I'm pretty pleased with it. I mean, could it be better? Yeah. Was it cheap? Yeah. So I can't complain too much. It does what it's supposed to, and it was cheap. I haven't got in the settings yet, but you can turn the pressure up. I guess it's all the way up. I didn't look on that setting there, but I think it just don't spin fast enough. Again, I don't know if it's my machine or just it, but so far I'll take it. I'll update this as I do stuff to it. There'll probably be some videos coming up with me mulching or mowing with this thing. I got a few little odds and ends to cut with it. Try to get the hang of it. Yeah, a lot of little stuff to cut up and down the sides of the road. So you'll see more of these videos popping up, I'd say. Alright, let's get on something else.